Hello everyone, Matt Thrall here, and welcome to a review video. And now you'll notice I'm wearing a different headset than usual. So we're going to be reviewing this headset today. And this headset is the Tiamat 7.1 V2. Now, it is a little higher on the price scale, especially for Razer. But I will say I'm a big fan of Razer products. All my peripherals are indeed Razer, including my cam, my microphone, everything. So I'm a big fan, so I'm a little bit biased towards this. However, so far this headset, it's really good, but there's different things about it that some people may or may not like. And number one is the setup of it. Now the setup will actually take every single one of your microphone and headset sound slots available. Now I'll show you what I mean here, right on the back here. All of these need to be plugged in for the appropriate sound. And the only thing the USB part actually does is provide you with the chroma, which as you can see right here in the headset itself, as well as on the sound control device. Now again, I want to show you on the box just because mostly it's easier to actually just show you on the box, because you'll be able to get a much more close-up view. Now it is a little bit dark, but you can see the audio control there. I'm actually going to just try to grab this and bring it up to the camera too. Okay, there we go. So this is the sound. This is the sound control device. Now on this device, I can actually customize every single sound. So I can customize the sound, the front, the rear. I can turn on and off the subwoofer because there's subwoofers in it. So it's a very good headset. You can even toggle off the 7.1 surround sound. You can toggle off the microphone, which I toggled off the mic because, well, I'm using the Razer Siren for my microphone. Much better sound. I may experiment down the road with the headset's microphone, but more than likely probably not. But now, the other thing that was kind of complex when it comes to setting this up is the factor that you have to actually go through and set all your different types of sound settings through, you know, your side, your rear, front, you know, like, oh, you actually have to go through and properly distribute all the different sounds to it. Otherwise you're going to have a weird kind of echo to it. For certain games it doesn't really seem to enhance the sound as well, especially compared to the Kraken, which is what you guys usually had seen me using, is just the normal Kraken. Well, it wasn't the normal, I think it was V2. It was true sound as well, but I wanted to update and have a backup, so this is what I went for. However, it just seems like the sound for this one versus the Kraken, it has a little bit of a sound barrier compared to the differences. And by what I mean with this is I had played Slay the Spire one now with both of these headsets. And in this headset, it sounds more like a faint echo, like it's in the distance. Now, I personally believe it's because, you know, a game like Slay the Spire, it doesn't really have surround sound. It's a 2D game. It's right there. There's not much, you know, going on as far as sound goes. So to expect a surround sound when it doesn't have surround sound capability, is probably why it didn't properly sound right. Now, if I were to turn off the true surround sound, it probably would have been fine, but that is something that is kind of my issue. Now, as far as everything else goes, I watched some YouTube videos of some other YouTubers. The sounding of the game was good, but when it came to the sounding of the actual people, sounded a little different than I am used to. Now, it wasn't a bad sound, but it's not one of those sounds where you're traditionally used to that sound. It just sounded more like they were just right there in front of you. And it didn't sound like it was, just in the headset. It made it sound different and more unique. So, can I recommend the Tiamat? Yes. Because I did play some games with it that did have this surround sound, and it sounded beautiful. It sounded really good. But now, if you are on more of a budget, because right now they are kind of expensive, I would say just stick with stuff like the Kraken. You're not really going to need to get anything too much more than that. The setup of this was a little bit of a hassle. Now, when it comes to the motherboard I have, it was kind of nice because as soon as I plugged it in, it actually prompted me right away to adjust and change the different settings, because I actually had to change 2 of the plugs to actually be the setting that they needed to be. So my motherboard actually noticed that, picked it right up, and actually did that itself. So I would say if you have the money, go for it. But if you don't really see it as a necessity, then don't do it. But overall, it is good, so that is my honest opinion. It gets my approval. But, like I said, think about, your expenses and if it's necessary for you. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, later, guys.